So I consulted for someone recently, and he asked me this interesting question. He said, why are Nigerians not investing into cassava value addition? Because I've made nothing less than 20 videos speaking about cassava value additions, the opportunities that are there, the money you can make there as an investor. And people are asking, why is it that our people are not investing into this? And today I want to answer this question. There are 5 reasons why Nigerians are not investing into cassava value addition. And this is not just Nigerians, but Africans. So if you're watching this video and you're from Ghana, or you're from Togo, or you're from Cameroon, or you're from Liberia, it is the same thing. I have more than 4 Liberians who have reached out to me to say, look, we have cassava here. We want to see how we can add value to it. Someone from Congo reached out to me, the same thing. We want to send cassava to Nigeria. That is to tell you that even in Congo, they have cassava, but people are not investing into value addition there. Someone from Liberia reaching out to me as a Nigerian, therefore means that even in Liberia, they have a lot of cassava, but the processors are not there. So why are Africans, we need to look at it very broad now, why are Africans not investing into cassava value addition? I have some of my Ghanaian friends, the same thing. They have cassava in Ghana, but the best they can do is process to garri. Why are we not investing into it? There are 5 reasons, and I will share them with you quickly. And also, we are going to do a lot of calculations. So just pick your pen. I have mine here. My book is here. So we can calculate and see why. The first reason is why we are doing this calculation. Many Nigerians, many Africans don't have access to funds. They don't have access to long-term capital that they can embark on this kind of project. If you have been on this my channel, you will see that I always tell us the truth. And I've been saying that, you see, when it comes to processing, it's capital intensive projects. Any processing at all, whether you're doing it on a small scale or on a large scale, it is still capital intensive. And they are all long-term projects. They won't pay you money quick as other businesses will do. As someone who have run a 30 tons per day rice processing facility, I've had fair knowledge enough when it comes to processing. And I can tell you for free that it's capital intensive. How much it will cost you to buy machines, how much it will cost you to install, how much it will cost you to always be buying raw materials is capital intensive. Now, let's look at one of the company. I won't call their names because for security reason, right? But this information I've gotten here is on their website, right? If you search their website, the information is there. But let me not be the one to call their names, right? But let me give you an example of one of these cassava processing company owned by the Chinese that we have here in Nigeria. Yes, owned by the Chinese, allegedly. People say that, oh, they are in partnership with one of the prominent governor in that state, right? But then let's say there is owned by the Chinese, which we know is not true. It's not owned by the Chinese 100%, but let's accept that it's owned by the Chinese 100% for this video, right? Now, this company, based on their website, they say that they use an average of 3,200 tons of fresh cassava every day, and they use an average of 1,100 tons of dry cassava every day. They are into cassava ethanol processing. So let's do the math together. A factory that is running at that capacity means that they need 22,400 tons of fresh cassava weekly, not daily now, weekly. For them to operate at full capacity, they need an average of 22,400 tons of fresh cassava. Now, ask yourself, how much is 1 ton of fresh cassava currently? I'll supply cassava to some of these companies, and I can tell you that 1 ton Currently, the worst price is 50,000 naira per ton. 50,000 naira per ton multiplied by 22,400 tons. That will give you 1,120,000,000 naira. 1,120,000,000 naira. Now, I'm using naira here, so you can just convert to your currency, whether you're a Ghanaian or you're watching from, you just convert to your currency so you can get it. But that is the average. For some of us who are Nigerians, 1.1 billion is what they are using as raw materials alone. We are not going to cost of installation of machines. I will do that later, right? But let's look at their raw materials first. Because even if you build a factory and you don't have access to, or let me say money to buy the raw materials, those containers there will be a waste for you. So the major focus is what? Raw material. So let's look at it. 1.1 billion per week. Now, per month, they need 4.4 billion on raw materials alone. And then in a year, they need 53.7 billion naira to buy cassava at the worst price. There are seasons where they were buying cassava at 400,000 per ton, 350 per ton, 200,000 per ton. That was last year. So, but this year is 50,000. So do your calculation that they are buying cassava at 200,000 per ton. And they are buying it every day. Since those companies have set up, they have not shut down anytime. There are some times where they can go on break. Like currently, one of the companies we supply to, they are not collecting fresh cassava yet. They ask us to stop supplying them fresh. They are buying only the dry, but they always operate. So assume that you're buying cassava worth 53 billion naira every year. Now, let's be frank. How many Nigerian entrepreneurs earn 53 billion naira from their business every year? I'm not talking about politicians, because they can do it, they can make that amount. But then let's look at practicing real business owners. How many of them can make 53 billion for raw materials alone? That is the cassava. That is fresh. So now let's go to dry cassava. For dry cassava, they are buying cassava currently at 170 per ton. 170,000 per ton. It therefore means that every week they are buying dry cassava 1.3 billion. Every month they are buying dry cassava 5.6 billion. And then every year they are buying dry cassava average of 68.2 billion naira. Now, when you calculate that, when you combine both their fresh cassava and dry cassava purchase, because they buy these two all year round, you will see that daily these companies are investing over 346 million naira. Oh my God, if I generate 346 million per year, I'll be very happy. As a small, let me say as a growing agricultural company, if we generate 347 million naira in a year, that year is not a bad year for us. But that is how much a company that is processing cassava ethanol is buying. Is using to buy raw materials. And in a week, they are using 2.4 billion naira to buy cassava. In a month, 10.4 billion. And then in a year, 126 billion naira. Now, if you do your check, convert this to dollars, right? Currently, if you convert this to US dollars, it therefore means they are using what? $92 million to buy cassava. The Chinese company, when you do your conversion from naira to US dollars, they are using $92 million to buy cassava. That alone. How many Nigerians can afford it? How many Africans can afford it? So that is one of the major reasons why Nigerians, why you have not seen a lot of entrepreneurs in Nigeria investing money into this. It's capital intensive, long-term project, and they don't have the money to do it. So you can accept with me right now that yes, this project is capital intensive, and many entrepreneurs that you know, they don't have the financial muscles to do this. Now, the second reason is that they understand partnership. The Chinese people understand partnership. There is no way you tell me that a guy from China came into Nigeria and then went to Benue State, saw one land, bought the land, and start processing cassava. No, it's not true. It is possible that they partner with some Benue indigene, or they partner with some people in Ondo, where they have a company, or they partner with someone in Lokoja, that is Kogi State, where they have that company. They must have partnered with someone there. They can't do it alone. So they understand partnership. Maybe that partner could provide them the land, provide them the covering, and then they bring their money. It's possible. Or maybe they gather money together, but they understand partnership. So you, most likely, if you're coming into this business, you want to do it alone. You will not be able to do it. I did a check, and I saw that one of the machines that you will need for you to process cassava ethanol is selling for 2.6 billion naira. 2.6 billion naira. For example, Pure Biotech in Makurdi, if you check on their Facebook page, so it's public knowledge now, they wrote that they invested 60 million US dollars in building that facility. 60 million. I believe that is excluding their machines. Well, let me say including their machines, but that is not cheap. So you can accept with me that this project is capital intensive, is more than an individual project. You can't run that kind of facility as an individual. Not that you cannot, but there are many things that you might not be able to do so well. So the Chinese people, they partner with the locals. So take for example now, you coming into agriculture now, you want to set it up by yourself in your village. Instead of to come and say, oh, billionaire farmer, since you have been into this business, let's see how we can partner together and build. Maybe I provide my technical knowledge, my marketing skills, while you provide the money. Or I provide the money, my technical skills, while you provide the market. You go and sell this product for the company. This is what these guys understand. That many Africans, many Nigerians are yet to get, that such that we are not running this business the way they do. So we need to also study that. Now, the third reason why we are not able to invest in this business is that the Chinese, they have the market for the product already. They are not coming to process their ethanol and start looking for who we buy. Most likely, they have some companies in their country that ethanol is their major feed stock. They need ethanol to produce their drugs, to produce their clothes, to produce their pharmaceutical products, to produce their body cream, cosmetics. They have let me say, very large number of cosmetic companies that need ethanol. How about wine production companies, beer production companies? They need ethanol. Hand sanitizer companies and the rest, they need ethanol. And those companies are there in their country looking for this raw material. So when they produce it, they are not looking for where can we sell. They know where to sell. But many Nigerians, many times they say, okay, if I produce, where will I sell at scale? Because you are not producing to sell only in your village. You want to be able to export it. So you need to start from the market. And I believe this is what the Chinese do. They start from the market before coming to say, okay, let's build this company in Nigeria. Or let's build this company in Ghana. Because I know there is one company in Ghana that also buy cassava. Let's build this company in Togo or in Congo or in Cameroon. They have the market for the finished product. Now, the fourth reason is that they are risk takers. Bro, it's not easy for you to leave your continent, cross more than 7 seas to come and build a company in Nigeria. No matter how it is risky. The possibility of them losing in that business is 100%. And this is what many Nigerians, many Africans don't want. When they want to go into any business, they want to get assurance that they are going to make profit. When they want to embark on any project, they want to get a guarantee that they will make profit, which is only God that can give. You can have all the machines. There are many companies that have shut down around the world that they have all the facilities, but they are down. So it takes a lot of risks for you to do that, and only entrepreneurs does those kind of projects. And that is why the Chinese are dominating cassava processing niche. We should also be part of it. I'm not saying they are doing bad. They have helped a lot of our farmers. Honestly, if the Chinese were not here, honestly, I can't tell, but cassava would have been very bad for us. Some of us that our parents are farmers. My mom trained me in school selling cassava, selling akpu, selling dry cassava chips. Yes. And many other Nigerians, or let me say Africans. So if the Chinese are not here, I'm wondering what would have been of our cassava. So they are welcome. We love them. They are helping our farmers to make small money from what they have. But we also should be part of this project. We should also have our companies. And one thing I love about the Chinese is that they are willing to sell these machines to anybody, anywhere. They are not saying, oh, you're black, you're an African, we will not build the company. They can come here, install the machines here, teach you how to operate the machine, and even provide the market for you. I believe then when it comes to that. So it is an open check for many Africans to invest into cassava value addition. Look at your country. Look at your community. Cassava is wasting there. Because the Chinese, I'm not sure they have up to 10 companies currently in Nigeria. One of the biggest companies that they have is using 1.5 million tons of cassava. Meanwhile, we are producing 62 million tons. So they are using just 1 million. So you can see that the market is still very big. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking at investing, maybe you know how to raise funds and you're looking at cassava value addition, invest into cassava ethanol production. Don't be looking at why are others not doing it. I'm telling you, as someone who is into the business and as someone who have done the research, that we don't have the money. That is it. Not that cassava ethanol is not profitable. No. Do your research and look at the uses of cassava ethanol for you to know that it's a product that have a market. But outside of the market, we also need the money to start. So these are some of the reasons why I believe our people are not investing into cassava value addition. Aside of Gary now, I'm talking of products that have global demand. So we need more people. So if you're looking at investing into cassava processing, don't say, why are others not doing it? I'll also not do it. No, they are not doing it because they don't have the capital. They don't understand partnership. They are not risk takers. They have the money, but they are scared of taking that kind of risk. They won't guarantee, which is not there. So if you're not in those group of people, go ahead and invest into cassava value addition. You help a lot of farmers in Nigeria, a lot of farmers in Africa. You create job, you reduce wastage, and you also make money for yourself. So if you're looking at investing into cassava ethanol processing, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I've done a bit of research. I've written a business plan that I will attach in the comment section for you to go through it and see if it is a project that you can invest your money into. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Denison, and you can call me Billionaire Farmer. See you in the next video.